It's the year 2025 and it's almost like we're stuck. To be more specific, it's like we're stuck when it comes to smartphone design innovation. Nothing is changing anymore. Take a look at this, the iPhone 16 Pro Max versus this, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Psych, they're both the iPhone 16 Pro Max. But I bet you believe me. Why is that? Well, because the iPhone 16 does look very similar to the iPhone 15, which looks very similar to the iPhone 14, which looks very similar to the iPhone 13 and 12, heck, even the iPhone 11. That's like 6 years or 6 generations of the same design. And the problem is, Apple are not the only one doing this anymore. Samsung have joined in. Although the S25 Ultra does look different from its predecessor because Samsung rounded off the corners and made the camera rings a little bit larger. But the core design language is similar to its predecessor, the S24 Ultra, which is similar to its predecessor, the S23 Ultra, which looks very similar to its predecessor, the S22 Ultra. The same is true with Vivo, Xiaomi, and so many other smartphone brands. But why is that? Before we answer that question, let's quickly go over the history of this and look at the company who started this all. Yes, I'm of course talking about Apple. They are the one who started the whole thing. Now, some of you might think that Apple started this whole shebang with the iPhone 11. Well, you're wrong. If you scroll back in time and go back way to the iPhone 6, you realize that the iPhone 6 looks very similar to the iPhone 7. The only visible difference is Apple, as usual, made the camera bump bigger and they removed this line right here, near the camera island. Other than that, the design is basically similar, and the iPhone 7 looks very similar to the iPhone 8. So you start to realize that Apple have been in on this for the long run. But why is that? Why have Apple notoriously been doing this for so long? Why are other companies not joining in on the phone? Why are smartphone designs not changing? Before you continue, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Now, there are three reasons why smartphone designs are not changing. So let's start with the first reason. So the thing is that when smartphones were new, manufacturers were trying out different looks and different styles. But over time, smartphones have gotten much better. And it's like these manufacturers have cracked the code and created something special. Smartphones have gotten so good that there's no need to make any massive drastic change. I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it? And this is not only a smartphone problem, it's a general problem with any technology. Take for instance, TV designs. Your everyday regular TV is basically the same design, the screen. Or do you see anybody making any drastic change to camera designs? I mean, since the current aesthetics already work so much, so why fix it? And that's just it. Technology just kinda evolves and gets better and better until it reaches its peak, or is simply perfect for what you need it for. Now, year on year, smartphone manufacturers just focus on refining and making small, very little improvements to what they already have. And plus, it's just more stressful for the manufacturer because you can't just wake up one morning and decide to drastically change the design of a smartphone. It requires a lot more work than that because you have to rearrange the interior components, rewire everything, adjust the screen, and so much more. So, why go through all that stress if what you already have works? Now, the second reason is building a familiar brand look. Take a look at this smartphone and tell me, what company do you think made it? Unless you're a tech nerd like me, many of you will not know that this is a Samsung phone. In fact, the Samsung Galaxy A22. But when I show you this design or this design, you immediately recognize that it's Samsung. So that's just it. Sticking to the same design makes it easier for consumers to easily identify and recognize their favorite brands. And then the third reason has to do with psychology. We as humans don't like change. Smartphone manufacturers have realized this. I mean, come on, all the hate aside, you gotta just love that classic iPhone's 3 camera look or that classic Samsung's 4 camera look. I mean, it's nice, it's classy, and it has a lot of nostalgia attached to it. Manufacturers are hesitant to introduce drastically different designs that might irritate or even enrage consumers who are accustomed to a familiar look and feel, often opting for incremental changes. In conclusion, smartphones have gotten better. They are almost at their peak. We are just waiting for the next big thing. It could be AR glasses. Who knows? Only time will tell. Anyways, my advice is if you own a smartphone and it does everything you want from it, you might as well just hold on to it for another 2 to 3 years so that when you do upgrade, it will be worth it. But if you have all the money in the world, then why not go ahead, buy the latest smartphones. Those little yearly improvements does make a difference. Just a very tiny difference. Anyways, thanks for watching and please don't forget to like and subscribe.